Long ago, in a quiet countryside, there was a small boarding school where children lived with their teacher. They woke up early, tended the garden, carried firewood, cleaned the classrooms, and learned their lessons. Life was simple, but full of discipline. Among the students was a boy named Eli. He was kind, cheerful, and hardworking, but learning was incredibly hard for him. Letters danced on a page, words refused to make sense, and lessons slipped from his mind no matter how many times he tried. The teacher noticed his struggle and helped patiently. "Eli, try this way," he would say gently. But Eli still mixed up the letters. Sometimes he buried his face in his hands in frustration. The other children laughed at him. "You're too slow," they teased. "You'll never learn anything." Every word cut deeply. Eli felt ashamed, defeated, and left behind while others moved to the next class. He wondered if he would ever understand anything at all. One evening, the teacher called him aside. With sadness in his eyes, he said, "Eli, I've tried everything. Maybe studying just isn't your path. It might be time to go home." The words shattered him. He quietly packed his things and began to walk back to his village, tears burning in his eyes. On the way, he stopped at the village well. There, he noticed deep grooves carved into the stone, deep, smooth marks that looked impossible to make. An elderly woman stood nearby, and Eli asked, "How did these marks get here? Did someone carve them?" She smiled and pointed to a thin rope used to pull water from the well. "This rope," she said softly, "has rubbed against a stone every day for years. A soft rope, cutting into hard stone, not through strength, but through consistency." Eli stared at the rope, then at the stone. A spark lit in his heart. If a weak rope could leave marks on solid rock, maybe he could change too, if he tried every single day. That night, Eli made a decision. He would not give up. The next morning, he returned to the school. He woke earlier than everyone else and sat with the teacher before sunrise. He practiced letters again and again. Sometimes he forgot, sometimes he failed. But he never stopped. Asking, trying, repeating. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Slowly, the pieces began to connect. A word, then a sentence, then a story. The same classmates who once teased him now watched in surprise. Eli, the slow boy, had become the most determined student in the school. Years passed. Eli kept working, kept improving, kept pushing. His effort built a mind sharper and stronger than anyone expected. He grew up to become a wise and respected scholar. He wrote books, taught others, and used his knowledge to help people far beyond his village. The boy who once struggled to read became a guide to thousands. Eli never forgot the lesson of the rope and the stone. Consistency can break barriers that strength alone never will. Moral: nothing is impossible with steady practice. Even the smallest daily effort can shape your future in ways you can't imagine.